Open your book to page 168. So today's lesson is to find the Gcf and Lcm of integers and monomial. So let's go over examples. So let's go to example 1. So again, this is review from your Algebra 1. So over here, example 1 says find the prime factorization of 504. So prime factorization means you want to break it down into prime numbers and see what this number is made of. So what you want to do is, I don't like the factor tree because sometimes it get kind of really disorganized and kind of have numbers all over the place. So it's kind of easy to make a mistake. So let's go and use the ladder method. So go ahead and again start with the lowest prime number. So start with 2, okay, and keep doing it until you cannot do anymore. So keep dividing. And when you get over here, you go to the next prime number, the 3. Okay. And so the way you write your answer is 504 is equal to 2 to the 3 times 3 squared times 7. Okay, so that's how you write your answer. So this is called a prime factorization. Basically, you have a number, you want to break it down into its prime factors. And so you want to see what this number is made of. Okay. So basically, it's like finding your ingredients for that number. So this is called a prime factorization. Okay. Now, let's go to example 2. You're looking for Gcf and Lcm of 72, 90, and 108. So whenever you have this kind of situation, you always look for Gcf first, okay, the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor, the way to do it is by looking for common factor among all 3 numbers. Again, you start with the lowest number 2. Okay, so all these are even numbers, so you can divide by 2. So it can be 36, 45, and 54. So now you cannot divide by 2 anymore because 45 is not divisible by 2. So you go to the next number, you go to 3. So you're going to get 12, 15, and 18. And you can divide by 3 again. So you get 4, 5, and 6. And so that's it. So the number on the side right now, again, you always get the Gcf first. So your Gcf will equal to, I'm going to color code for you guys. Okay. So this is the 2, the 3, and the 3. So your Gcf will equal to the blue numbers over here equal to 18. Okay. Now, after you get your Gcf, you can continue on to get the LCM. Now, LCM, now for Gcf, all the number must be able to divisible by all 3 numbers over here. Now, for Gcf, as long as 2 of the number can divide, then you can go and do it. Okay? So you can, that's why you always want to get Gcf first, so you don't mess up the numbers. So after you get your Gcf, now you can do an LCM. Now for LCM, as long as 2 of the number can divide, you can go and do so. So these 2 are even numbers, so you can divide by 2. So it'd be 2. Now if you cannot divide, you leave it alone. So that's as far as you can go. Okay? So now for LCM, you multiply all the numbers together. Okay? So you got 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 3. Okay? So get your calculator. Now you don't have to start from all over again. Right? You know that this is 18 already. So you can times it by 2, times it by 2, times it by 5, times it by 3 equal, so it'd be 1080. Okay. So again, Gcf, all 3 numbers must be able to divide by the number. For LCM, as long as 2 of them can divide, then you can do it. Okay. So that's example 2. Now let's go to example 3. Example 3, again, you're looking for Gcf and LCM, but this time has a variable. So you got 54, ax to the 5, and you got 36, a squared, x squared, y squared. Okay. So when you're doing the Gcf and Lcm with a variable, what you do is don't worry about the variable right now. Just focus on the number. So you got 54 and 36. So again, you want to do the Gcf first. So start with 2. So 27 and 18. This one you can go 3. So it'd be 9 and 6. You can do 3. And so it'd be 3 and 2. So your GCF would be the numbers on the side. So that's your GCF. So it'd be 18. Okay. Your LCM number, again, we'll worry about later, the variable later. LCM is this everything over here. So LCM is everything. Okay. So you can look over here. So your GCF is just the one divided by all 3, right? The LCM is the one that can divide by as long as 2 of them can divide. Okay. So over here, your LCM, you can get your calculator, multiply all the numbers together. So you get 108. Okay. Now to deal with the variable, the GCF, the variable is the one that have in common, or the one can divide by both of them. So you take the lower one. So if you go a and a squared, you take the lower one, you get a. The x5 and x squared, you take the lower one. Okay, again, so GCF is a common factor, the common factor between them. And that's not y, so you cannot have any y. Now for this common multiple, you're looking for the common multiple of the 2. So you take the higher one. So in this case, a and a squared, you get a squared. x5 and x squared, you get x to the 5. Nothing and y squared, you take the higher one, so y squared. Okay. So again, GCF is a number on the side. They have to divide by all 3, and you take the lower exponent of each variable. For LCM, you get all the factors, and you take the higher one. Okay. So again, this is the lower one, this is the higher one. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.